Am I the asshole for showering around midnight when I know that it might bother the neighbor who wakes up at 5 a.m.? We purchased a home and moved in recently. Housing opportunities are tight in our area, so even though we were warned that the walls were very thin and the neighbors hear a lot of noise from the apartment, especially from the bathroom, we still chose this property because everything else is picture perfect for us. We are generally a very quiet couple without kids or animals. Hobbies: beadwork, video games on headphones without streaming, reading, Netflix, are generally quiet, and we only invite friends over every 2 to 4 weeks. And we haven't invited anyone over as we were still decorating and everything. We are the owners of the apartment. The neighbors are a couple and a small kid. They rent the apartment next to us, and before we purchased the home, they warned us that they generally hear a lot of noise coming from our bathroom and that it's their bedroom on the other side. But as I mentioned, our options were limited, and given that we are not noisy at all, we thought we can take that situation. We sometimes hear their toddler, but that completely okay. It doesn't bother us at all. The problem is that we bother them as our routine is very different. They wake up at 5 a.m. and generally quiet down at 8 p.m. when the kid goes to sleep. On the other hand, because I work from home until 7 p.m., I generally start my evening around 8 p.m. and only end up showering around midnight, which bothers them. The whole building is quiet, so they tend to hear how I put my stuff down, how the water runs, how I sometimes drop a few things, and mention it very nicely a few times. But I can see that they're pretty annoyed. Now I'm torn between switching up my whole nighttime routine to shower first, which just doesn't sit right with me. I like to go to bed freshly showered because they ask nicely and they wake up around 5 a.m. So it must be annoying to get woken up at midnight. On the other hand, they only rent while we own the home, and I think we are generally very good and quiet neighbors apart from the fact that I shower late. They invited us over to listen to the volume as to be honest, it's not that loud. Sure, you can hear something and it must feel louder in the silence of the night, but it's not incredibly loud. Am I the asshole for showering at night?
Jeez. I want to say no. I mean, you pay for your house. Why can't you take a shower when you want to take a shower? But also, like, they've brought it up. They told you that it bothers them. I don't know, man.
Showering versus power tools is a different thing.
It's very
You're
different.
taking a shower, you can take a shower anytime you want.
It's very
It's your
different.
house.
Yeah, but
And there's no noise ordinance for showering in the apartment building.
no.
They need to, them builders need to do a very
Yeah,
good job.
so here's the thing. You own your home. They know you own your home. You are allowed to shower whenever you want. It's on them to figure out their sleeping arrangements. Honestly, why can't they get some earplugs or something and sleep with earplugs in? Or get a sound machine.
You're not intruding on them, you're taking a shower.
Mhm.
You're doing normal things in your apartment.
Mhm.
You don't have music bumping all hours of the night.
Yeah.
You're not partying. You're not doing anything crazy. You're not stomping around. You're taking a shower. So do what you want. Whether you own and they rent or whatever, none of that matters as long
Mhm.
as everybody's entitled to
Everybody's
be.
paying for
As
their
long as
space.
everyone's entitled to be in that
Everybody is
space.
paying for their homes.
Yeah, do what you want. And yes, they need to figure it out on their own. If it wakes them up, it wakes them up. But like, you're not doing anything that's rude.
Mhm.
This one, she was labeled the asshole.
I mean, I started off saying it because they asked her a couple of
Doesn't
times.
matter.
But yeah,
What
it's
if
just
our
a
neighbor
shower.
came over across the street, like, you know what? Every time you shower, I can hear it, and I can't sleep.
Well, that would be weird because they're not
I
attached
mean,
to our
yeah,
home.
but I mean, they're showering,
You know what I mean? I'd be like, I don't care.
and like, it's not like I can hear you playing your drum set at midnight.
Mhm.
That's different.
What I feel like though is it's like that real loud, like as soon as the water comes on, it's that like real loud pipes and everything. You know, you've
Yeah.
heard it in
Mhm.
places. So I get it. I don't know. I don't
Well, I
know.
guess when their lease is up, they're moving.
Yeah, probably. If they can find somewhere. She said it's tough.